Hey everybody, time for a channel update. Let you know what's going on the channel. Just recovering from a 48-hour cold bug. And of course, what do I do on Sunday morning? Hike in the woods at -18 Celsius with a nice stiff breeze. I'm sure it's -25, so I'll have to check when I get home. But it is damn cold. But I just want to do a couple follow-ups on a few things. Last time I mentioned that I was going to go on the road to Toronto to visit the Outdoor Adventure Show. Had a really good time, pretty good show to be quite honest with you. Purpose of the show, I didn't take any video, wasn't the purpose wasn't to make videos, it was to build some contacts, see what people are doing in the outdoor recreation space, and just get a feel what's going on here. So same time while I was in Toronto, I visited the folks at Roadpost. They're the ones that handle the inReach in Canada, and I've been working with them for the last few years, so that's why you see a lot of the inReach tutorials. So I managed to get my hands on the inReach SE Plus, had it for a few weeks now, and you know, I've been getting a lot of comments because I've been sharing on social media and Instagram some of the pictures of it as I'm getting used to the unit, and people were asking me, you know, should I upgrade from the previous version, should I buy new, or you know, all that stuff. And basically it comes down to whether or not you want the latest greatest tech. So if you're the type of person who needs to get the iPhone 7 but the iPhone 6 at a reduced price will work for you, then that's probably where you're going to fall into here. Right now, until stocks kind of evaporate for next month, maybe 2 months, you'll still find the old Explorer version, and I think that's another $100 off the price. So I would say get that if you're not worried about the tech. In fact, the only thing that's different between the SE Plus and the Explorer is the lack of the electronic compass. So otherwise, it's basically the same thing in terms of functionality. When you're pairing it with the EarthMate smartphone app, you'll still get all the apps, the maps, and all that stuff, and that really hasn't changed a lot other than the Garmin logo. And even on the inReach portal, the back end to activate planning your routes, waypoints, and all that stuff, it's all the same, hasn't really changed. So if price point is an issue, the old Explorer, well, the old Explorer is only old by like a month or two. That is probably a good option. Other than that, there have been some incremental updates. It's mostly aesthetics. It looks like a Garmin. There's some of the interfaces tweaks that feels a little bit more like Garmin, and I'll cover these in future videos. You know, if you already have the Explorer, you may not want to upgrade quite yet. If you're price conscious, maybe go for the Explorer, but if you want the latest, definitely go get this. And again, remember, this is a two-way satellite communicator, and I should get the Explorer Plus soon, and the only difference between that and this one is the electronic compass and the preloaded maps. Not sure how much maps are going to be loaded. I know there's a couple gigs of additional storage. There's still going to be the DeLorme maps on here, and you know, not sure how that's going to work with loading up custom slides or tiles between the different types of maps that you have on the EarthMate app. So it remains to be seen how that works out. So with that, you will see a lot of inReach SE Plus tutorials for the next month or so, and then some Explorer Plus. Now you're going to see something different on the channel, and you saw it last week when I did the quick device overview. You see that I did an English version and I did a French version, and that's because of the work that I do with Roadpost and inReach, where I basically go on the road a couple times a year to go visit the stores as part of the whole brand ambassador, and do a little bit of training on the device. And one of the areas that I go to is in Montreal, and that was one of the feedback that I got last time, was a little bit more French content for the customer base there, and it makes sense too. So notice that when you do see the inReach, there's two versions, English and French, so obviously, you know, pick the one that you want to listen to, but they're basically the same thing, just a different voice track. So other than that, once I'm done with the inReach, you'll still see some Fenix3 HR tutorials for the next little while, and hopefully by then the snow will be gone, and I will be back on the trail, do a little bit of hiking, get into hiking shape here. Personally, I'm working on the 5K plan, trying to get things back going here for those who want to know what's going on personal wise, because I hadn't really mentioned stuff that's been happening at home for the last little while. The missus is basically transitioning back to work. She'll be basically full-time in the next couple weeks, so things are, you know, jiggy-doo that way. The little one, we're trying to make some preparations for kindergarten, so we're getting close to that part of life. So things are slowly getting back to normal, which means for the last couple of years I can resume the level of activity, outdoor activity that I was doing before things kind of slowed down for a little bit. So I'm looking forward to that, and then we'll start modifying the kayak from last fall. Remember, I was going to order some parts, do some mods on a used kayak. Got a few pieces. I'm gonna start doing the mods. I'm still missing a few pieces, and I'll order that, and you know, hopefully do that April, May, maybe more towards May, and then start getting into the water. And wind's picking up. I think it's time to get back to the car. So let me know how things are doing, and we'll talk to you guys next time.